What made the Great Depression last so long? Many people have overly simplistic views about the Great Depression. They might blame the free market, or many people believe that World War II helped Americans get back to work and ended the Great Depression. We tend to view that the New Deal helped this economic disaster. However, such government policies were responsible for prolonging the Great Depression. The Great Depression was so bad because of the gold standard and policies made about the gold standard by the governments. Secondly, globalization, and thirdly, government interventions. My first point is that the Great Depression lasted so long as a result of post-war gold policies made by government powers. The gold standard is a system where the amount of paper bills printed by the government has to match the amount of gold in the bank. During World War I, France and many other countries were off the gold standard, but in 1906, France decided to get back on. But they decided to do it at a much lower rate, so French money wasn't worth as much as before, especially in comparison to other countries. But their products were also very cheap. France bought up a ton of gold and reduced its availability worldwide. This also led to World War II. So America was on the gold standard, and it was not able to print more money once the gold standard started, because France had all the gold. This also led to deflation, because they couldn't print more money, and people stopped making purchases. During the Great Depression, Benjamin Roth wrote in his diary, quote, "There is simply no money in circulation. This scarcity of money is what makes people think that if more money were printed, business would be better," unquote. My second point is that the entanglement of the global economy led to the severity of the Great Depression. During the 18th century, the British Empire was the most powerful one in the world, so its economic decisions impacted everyone. But war is bad for the economy because it kills all of the men of the younger generation. Because of this, after World War I, Britain experienced a manpower shortage. Britain didn't have the number of people to control its empire, so it began to decline. America, who did not have anywhere near the experience of casualties as Britain, was tasked to take Britain's place as the leader in the world economy. Unfortunately, America had no idea what it was doing, so it didn't do a great job managing the global system. Dr. Carl Starkweather says, quote, "The major reason for the decline was the shift of the center of finance from Britain to the United States," unquote. My third point is that America was really bad at diagnosing its problems, and so it's wasted its efforts on the wrong policies and solutions for the Great Depression. So instead of getting off the gold standard and printing more money, FDR proposed the New Deal and other socialist policies. He created a command economy, which created more jobs but greatly displaced labor and destroyed the free market. This made life very unpredictable. People did not know what the future would look like, so they wouldn't invest, slowing the economy down. Dr. Peter Fearon says, quote, "Perhaps the New Deal's greatest failure lay in its inability to generate the revival in private investment," unquote. So what actually ended the Great Depression? So, as I said earlier, often people credit World War II for ending the Great Depression. However, the war itself did little to end the Depression. Instead, FDR's fear that they might lose the war led him to abandon many of his economic advisors and put more traditional businessmen in positions of authority, and they helped to bring back the economic prosperity. Although people have many opinions about what made the Great Depression so bad, the New Deal helped to further the Great Depression, which was caused in the first place by gold standard policies made by the great powers, the global economy, and government interventions. Thank you.